Welcome to Fireside Chats with Mr. Klepfer. This week, to start off the week, we're going to be taking CDTs. That'll probably take Tuesday and Wednesday. There's no real rush on it, but in the past, when I've given them, they've usually taken kids about 2 class periods to complete. So that's kind of what I'm guessing it'll take you guys to complete as well. By the time we get to Thursday and Friday, we'll be back to working on our engineering project that we've been working on this week. So there's really nothing new going on as far as that goes, other than me moving the due date from Friday until next Tuesday, which is the 29th. Because of me giving the CDTs, I wanted to make sure you had the class time back to complete the project. So that's why the due date has been changed. As far as your projects go, from what I see so far, things are looking pretty good so far. I've seen a lot of great ideas. I have seen some of you struggling on a few different parts of it. One part that a lot of people seem to be getting hung up on for some reason are the criteria and the constraints section of the slideshow that you have to create. The criteria, really don't think too hard about it. All I'm looking for is kind of a detailed explanation of the things that have to be included in your project in order for it to be successful. Okay, so if you are creating a cell phone, you need to be able to talk on it. You need to be able to call out. You need to be able to receive calls. You need to be able to text. If you want to be able to access the internet, those are all criteria. They need to be included in order for your project to be successful. So you need to think about your own projects and what specifically is necessary in order for those projects to function. Okay, that is the criteria section. The constraints are the limitations that are sort of like roadblocks for your project, things that are preventing other things from happening. Okay, for example, a lot of times some common constraints are funding, so money, how much things cost. It could be space or area that you have to build your project in. It could be materials that you have access to. It could be a time limitation. Okay, you only have 2 weeks for this project, so that's a time limitation for you completing it, right? All those things are constraints. It's things that kind of hold you back in your project and prevent other things from happening. So in that part of the slideshow, those are the kind of things I want you to list. Those things that are holding your project back a little bit from either being completed or maybe being more detailed or better than what it could have been. That is what I'm looking for as far as the constraints. The rest of it, I think you want to continue to be creative with your designs, but don't forget to do the research. Okay, this isn't a completely like art project. I'm not looking for total creativity. I want the things that you're designing to be based on science. So I want you to do the research and make sure you know if something's going to work or not based on current research that is out there. And then you put it all together with your design to make sure it's going to function properly. Okay, that's the whole idea behind this. So make sure you're researching as well. Make sure you're including any designs, diagrams, pictures that you're sketching out. Take pictures of them, upload them, and put them on your slideshow. The last thing I wanted to kind of talk about with that is you don't have to do a model and a prototype and a 3D drawing and all that stuff. Okay, you only have to pick one. So if you're doing a model, you don't have to do the prototype. You don't have to do the 3D drawing. If you're doing the prototype, you don't have to do a separate model. If you're not doing either one of those, then you have to do something like a 3D drawing or a really detailed blueprint that's drawn to scale and has dimensions listed on it and is neatly drawn with a ruler. I don't want any sloppy sketch for that part. It's a big component for the project, so I want to make sure it's done really well. So if you're choosing not to build something, the drawing has to be done really well to kind of offset that. Okay. I would recommend using one of the 3D drawing programs that you can find online. Tinkercad is a really good one, fairly easy one to use. They can be used for a lot of things. And I know a lot of your classmates have experience using Tinkercad. So it would be a great resource to ask for help when you need it, as well as myself. So that's what we have going on this week. As always, if you have any questions for me about the project or about what's going on in class, please email me, please ask in class, please message me on Classroom, whatever you need to do to get a hold of me. I'm more than willing to help you out in any way I can. Any part of your project I will look at ahead of time before you turn it in to give you suggestions on how you can improve it for the best grade you can. Look at the rubric to make sure you are striving to attain that best grade. And for you blended students at home, make sure that you are contacting me as well. I want to stay in good communication with all of you so that if you have questions, I can answer them. Don't wait until it's due and then say, I had no idea what I was supposed to do. Okay. You can email me anytime. As soon as I get it, I respond right away. So please, please, please contact me with any questions you have. Okay. We will see you all in class this week to continue with what we're working on.